And we're live. Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm Neville No Shorty. Bit of news for you straight off the bat. Due to some things that happened in England a while ago, there is no delivery today. Basically means you're not getting a new comic book video today. You're probably not going to get one tomorrow because delivery will turn up on New Comic Book Day, and that means I'm going to be concentrating on just getting stuff out. If you are vaguely curious about what we're getting in, I've just shared a link in the comments in the chat section to our Facebook page, which basically has like an image file of cool things that is coming out. That's all I've got to say about that one, other than apologising once again, and we will just hopefully have new Comics in 5 Minute videos for the rest of the week. There seems to be some cool stuff coming out. Today, though, we're going to be reviewing Midnight Suns from Marvel, and I don't want to just basically say out and out that this is basically done because there's a video game coming out. I mean, I certainly won't want to draw any conclusions by the fact that they've done variant covers about the video game. I'd like to instead imagine this is just a story that the creators really want to tell, and wouldn't you know it, just by coincidence, there's also a video game coming out. And it is worth bearing in mind this is a video game kind of tie-in thing. It's not like a major criticism of it, but it kind of plays into this idea that maybe they haven't put the best talent on this one, but the fact that it's better than I expected it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, sometimes a movie can like be really, really bad, but my expectations are so low that it being better than expected isn't any kind of praise. In this case, it is. It is praise that I'm happy to give. I'm going to start by the art on this one, because fairly quickly you get a sense of in-house style. Something that Marvel are guilty of, DC as well, and even some of the smaller press ones, you can kind of see some creeping in of like their preferred style. And for Marvel, it is very kind of obvious when you see it, you know what's going on with it. And this one does actually go a bit above and beyond it in a way that I actually really quite like. They have some really nice double page spreads, some nice splash pages, some nice interesting page layouts where it's not instantly obvious where the narrative is taking your eye around the page, but the way the box art text is put in leads you around it in a really efficient manner. It actually is quite lovely in a lot of occasions. There's some really nice action sequences, some nice close-ups on individual characters, where the colouring even is done brilliantly. It feels a lot more grainy and organic, but also rich and warm. Really, really nice. My big criticism on the artwork, though, is these things aren't constant throughout. When I was reviewing 20th Century Men, I was talking about the fact that when I first flicked it open, I wasn't really happy with the inconsistency in the artwork. When you get into it, you realize quality is there, but styles change. And this one, style is solid throughout, but the quality does drop when you are not dealing with huge event kind of things. And like the brilliant splash pages do look great, but in a way, it also kind of highlights the fact that the rest of the comic book is just average. Not bad in any way, shape, or form, just average. When it comes to the writing, there's a similar kind of vein for this one. It's 5 issues, which means for getting a gang together in the way that these comic books often do, you don't want to spend too much time doing that. So they just get into the action quite quickly. It starts with some setup, just like, my favorite little intro ever. It's just some people in America burning butchers and accusing people of witchcraft on April the 3rd in a small town called Centerville, which to me is just very 21st century America. I quite like that. But then it goes to Strange Academy, and strange things happen at said academy, and it gives a reason for quite a few of the people involved in the gang to already be there, and that's quite a nice thing. It means you don't have to waste much time. There's already an in-story reason why they're there, and quite a lot of the people don't really get much of a setup. There's a nice splash page where you see that people should be there, and then there's a few panels here and there where the gang is got together. But even people like Wolverine and Spirit Rider, they get less than half a page split over maybe 3 panels. Agatha Harkness gets 1 panel. Claire gets 1. The pacing is done really effectively to keep it moving, and there's action sequences spotted throughout, and it works really quite nicely to give this sense of intensity to the story. You want to know exactly what's going on, so you keep things going on, and it's really, really nice. I like it. But it is still written in kind of like a comic book dialogue kind of way on occasion, again, fitting with the whole Marvel style. When I was talking about Minor Threats recently, I was talking about the fact that it really kind of embraces the fact that it's a comic book and has a lot of fun with it. And that's fine. I like seeing that. I like seeing like a knowingness to it. It's not just we are writing a comic book. It's like, no, we're writing something which I want people to think of as a comic book whenever they read something, whenever they turn a page, whenever they check out the artwork. They're going to be aware of the medium in which they're doing it. That is slightly more intentional than this. This occasionally just feels like they're writing because they are being paid by Marvel to write a comic book about Marvel characters. Summed up at the end, unfortunately, from Wolverine, the Logan Wolverine. Come on, Brooks, even I know that when magic is involved, turn page, because there's a break there before some big reveal happens, it can always get worse. emphasis on the worst, theirs, not mine. Yeah, unfortunately, for all those things, it stops it being an amazing comic book, but it's still better than I expected. If you're getting into the video game and you want an idea about what's going on in this world, I would recommend it. There's some cool characterization stuff in here, and it's an entertaining read, but it's kind of brought down by the fact that it is so very Marvel. That's it from me today, though. I'll be back tomorrow with at least one, if not two reviews. Until then, look after yourself, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.